conscious evolution and transformation. Last week I was making a presentation to a group through a projector. So I connected the projector to my laptop, and what was projected was upside down. Projection, projector. And then I see where lies the problem. And I figured out the problem, and it was solved. This is what happens to the mind also. The mind is constantly projecting. So before projection, there is a perception. So to understand any practice of meditation or mindfulness, if you look clearly, what to look clearly? Perception and projection. So I use the 4 words from today. Just go through these 4 words: perception, projection, delusion, and suffering. So it is not the end. No, I'm suffering from anxiety and anger and hesitation. You have to pick up how, where, why the mind is projecting. So let us pick up some of the principles from the Eastern wisdom. Perception. Perceptions means knowledge, knowing. We use the word perception for, knowing through the eyes, knowing through the ears, the sense of touch, and then also through the mind. Perception. Perception is always natural. See, one perception in daily life. You look at your honey, oh, she is my wife, he is my husband. You look at your kids, oh, they are my children. The moment your mind claims honey, husband, wife, children, is it perception and or projection? Ask yourself. So perception is just gives you the right knowledge naturally, where the mind is not interfering. Mind is going through the eyes and the sense organ. The mind is also going through the mind. But the moment you give a label, it is projection. Let me repeat it and understand that. Perception is knowing by the senses and the mind. Have you heard about CBT, cognitive behavior therapy? Exactly, we are going parallel to this. Now the projection is like projector projects what is in the PC or laptop or the PowerPoint presentation or the smartphone. Now the same thing happens after the perception. The mind, through the past impression, which is not known by the mind until some thought enters into the mind. Honey, not good. Likes and dislikes. Kids, not listening to me. See that? That projection, body is not working. I just received an email about the MS. I have an extreme pain on the left side of the body. Projection. So when I projected my PowerPoint presentation, a slide on the wall, does that exist? Is the question. I projected my honey is making me crazy. Is that exist? It exists in my mind, but it is being projected. Just remember the four words and find out, oh, I'm projecting this, which is not there. Honey means honey. But when I say good, bad, high, low, it is the projection of the mind, and the projection leads to delusion. Do you remember the 8 factors we covered in one of the sessions? I see a person, that is good, perception. Now the mind says this person is good or bad, so the attachment and the detachment may come into the mind. Now see that. The mind now, why the attachment and detachment? Because of likes and dislikes. And that mind creates a desire to escape from what one dislikes and to get it what one likes. And that desire, mind swings like a pendulum, right, left, right, left. And that leads to confusion. Confusion leads to loss of memory of what? Who am I? Why the hell mind you are projecting? And the moment you are aware of it, from the background the peace comes. It is so simple. So delusion means what my mind sees I claim is right, not what is the real perception. And that causes the suffering in our life. Well, we may say anxiety, stress, duality, conflict, problems, all comes from. So 4 words: perception, projection, delusion, and the suffering. So some people say, okay, let me close my eyes. I don't see anything in the world, and so I can meditate. My master used to say that. Why you want to see yourself with closed eyes and you see the entire world with eyes open? So the secret of success in meditation lies that it is 24 by 7. It is not the perception, it is the projection that causes the problem. And that projection is the cause of miseries in our life. You wake up in the morning, look at your honey, and check, is it perception or projection? Buddha says the first of the Eightfold Noble Path is right view, right perception, right knowledge. So now see that how our masters speak about it. When the mind is obsessed with the likes and dislikes, giving label to the people outside, getting obsessed and forgets one's true nature. And the true nature is full of peace and happiness. We can also understand from the Patanjali that the moment this mind projects, it always projects to seek happiness and peace in life. In the objects outside, in the people outside, in the place outside, in the time outside. Take an example of a time. In the past, when the mind projects the past in the present, or sometimes we regret, sometimes we repent, sometimes we say we should not have done it, and the mind is constantly busy. In the present also becomes a big problem. We start comparing with others. I did this, you see that? You didn't follow this. I did right. Comparison. And the future worries. This is how the mind is projecting. And it is just a moment you become aware. Is it right perception or a projection? The delusion drops, suffering drops, and you are with yourself. That is what the meditation and mindfulness is. Just remember, understand that. A constant remembering. One master says, what is meditation? It is self remembering. What is self remembering? Not the self that I am the body, I am the breath, I am the intellect, I am the ego, and I am the engineer or I am the doctor. No. I became all of them. What I am. A state of pure consciousness behind the mind, behind the senses. So you live into that state of consciousness, and then you are already into the state of meditation. Just look at it. Maybe you look at me and maintain an awareness inside. Is it perception or projection? The mind is working through the projection about this guy. Good teacher, bad teacher. Talks a lot, talks less. And long list. You see that? Which is not at all required in our daily living. You all guys come and I speak and I give the practice and it is finished. So perception minus projection destroys and dissolves the delusion here and now. In that state, the mind starts moving within. So there is no self-forgetting, there is a self-remembering. It can be done with eyes open, it can be done with eyes closed, it can be done while lying down, it can be done while sitting and standing. And the stories about Buddha, we learn that the Buddha practiced meditation while sitting for 6 months, lying on the right side for 6 months, lying on the left side for 6 months, and standing for 6 months. You don't need anything from outside. When there is a right perception, the mind by default or naturally starts moving within. It filters all the projection. And when it filters all the projection, the mind shines with the wisdom. What is that wisdom? Who am I and who am I not? Who am I not? Mind is obsessed, projection. Who am I? Right perception. You are already into the state of meditation. So let us start our journey of meditation today.